right, Jonathan Joss. It's amazing to have you here. You really are a legend. I mean, when people heard that you were coming, it's like, at first it was like, oh, we're a motivational speaker, it's fun, not many people, but then when I heard John Redcorn was coming, there was a lot of people excited, including me, and everybody was really pumped for it. So, did you enjoy speaking to the school?
It was a privilege to talk to the school. I mean, it was such a diverse group of kids and in an area that I'm not familiar with. I usually don't get upstate New York very much. Mm-hmm. And most dominant, just dealing with these kids, man, were just amazing. I mean, everyone's really focused in and seemed like they really were enjoying themselves. Anytime you do any kind of meeting with kids, you're always concerned with, are you going to bore them? Mm-hmm. Are they going to throw things at you? Luckily, I saw one person fall asleep and nobody threw anything, so I think I was somewhat successful.
So, what made you become a motivational speaker?
I guess what made me want to diversify into motivational speaking is just the ability that I've been lucky enough to have really good fortune in my life. Mm-hmm. I've got a 13-year-old son that is dealing with what you deal with every day. And I just see these amazing minds out there that kind of get lost, not for any reason other than we're kids. I mean, I've been 14, you've been 14. It's an age where you really want to find someone to talk to. And when I was growing up, we didn't have a lot of Native people to talk to. We did have people come to our school or different organizations that I would attend to, but I never met anyone that shared my values or somewhat of my culture. So for me to be able to offer that not only to Native people, but people that aren't in a Native community is just really special for me. And I've accepted my success, and I think by accepting not only your success and your failures, I think embracing those, you do have something to educate other people with.
So I'm sure that you've had many students come up to you after presenting and tell you how much they appreciated speaking into their school. How many moments like that, any moments that have inspired you from motivational speaking?
Yeah, I was talking to this one little kid, and he was telling me about he used to watch King of the Hill with his granddad while his granddad was going blind. And he always remembered after the point to where his grandfather didn't have vision anymore, he was able to sit there and tell his granddad about the reruns that they had seen, and they kind of shared it. So anytime that you think you're going to educate someone, you're not. You're going to end up learning yourself. I stuck on my Facebook today, I'm going to go to school. I can't wait to see what I'm going to learn, because that's what really happens. In being an educator, you open yourself to learn more. And it's just this wonderful cycle that once you get involved, and you can't help it. My high school government teacher, Mr. Slack, he kind of took me at a great age and allowed me to discover myself in his classroom as being an actor, being a speaker. So when he knew that I'm getting involved in these type of organizations, these type of functions, he's like, I'm really proud of you. Because teachers educate so you can educate. So your best friend should be a teacher.
So who in your life motivated you to become who you are today?
Wow, I grew up in the time of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I remember watching Will Sampson, and something about that performance. Also at the same time, spending my time back home and remember being a kid and watching everybody play Cowboys and Indians. I remember, hey, you want to play Cowboys and Indians? I'm like, yeah, I want to play Cowboys and Indians, but I'm going to be the cowboy. Because if I'm the Indian, I get shot and I have to lay in the sun for 4 hours while everybody else runs around and has fun. So not being a part of the game really made me want to be a part of the game. So when I was able to see Native actors, even as far back as the Tonto and Lone Ranger, those type of characters really kind of burned an image in my head. So that's where it all kind of started. Just watching Saturday morning cartoons and Saturday night matinee movies, and being an actor allows me to break that realm of reality and not only discover myself, but discover other people.
Has there ever been a moment in your career that made you want to give up?
Yeah, right now.
Do it again, Austin!
Yes, every audition that you don't get, you feel like it's going to be the end of your career, because so much is riding on that audition, and you've got 3 to 5 seconds, 10 seconds if you're lucky, to convince this person that you're the person for the job. So getting the audition is such a big deal. You work hard on it, and you go in and you do you're less than 20 seconds, and you walk out of that room, and you think to yourself, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be judged. I don't want to have someone looking at me that I have no idea what they want. But every once in a while you land that job, or you talk to someone like yourself, or someone tells you something that makes you think, you know what, this career is worth. If it was easy, everyone would do it. It's like anything in life. I think the most important thing is if you find yourself questioning what you're doing, you're probably doing the right thing. Because you have to keep asking yourself. And if that question to your own answer is, yes, I'm doing the right thing, and you continue, embracing your path and walking that road, then you're most definitely doing the right thing. It's when you don't question yourself, I think it's kind of, you've got to test yourself, you've got to question yourself, you've got to stay sharp.
Out of your entire career, what do you think, in your opinion, was the best moment?
The best moment of my entire career? Again, there's two, being a part of the animation world and then being a part of the live action. Red Corn Gambles with His Future as a voiceover artist, definitely one of my highest notes. And then doing the old Walker, Texas Rangers. My dad was a huge fan of Walker, Texas Ranger. And to be able to take my dad to Walker, Texas Ranger and have the ability to introduce my dad to Chuck Norris was one of the greatest experiences of my life, because not only did I fulfill my childhood dream, but also a dad and son kind of thing. But two things.
So being a Native American, do you find it easier, or do you find that there's more struggles that go along with having that ethnicity?
Everything's a blessing, man. Everything is. The only things that work against you are the things that you allow to work against you. I'm lucky to be a part of a culture that's rich in storytelling, that's rich in passion. So, no. It's a tough business. Anything can be a tough business. But again, those things that hold you back, is up to you. I'm lucky enough to be in a smaller group of actors. Do we get a lot of work? Not necessarily. But no, I think if anything, it's been a positive thing. In discovering myself, I also discover the artist that I am.
All right, cool. So, how prevalent are Native American stereotypes in today's media?
Ooh. Wow. They're there. I make money off of them. There's jokes that are good, just like there's jokes that are dirty. There's jokes that are mean, and there's jokes that are polite. Hollywood has the ability to touch a lot of people. A lot of times, like anybody, we tend not to think. When you write comedy, or if you write a character of some kind, you sometimes need to rely on that stereotype to identify that character with a certain group of people. Stereotypes are based on reality, so they do come from somewhere. Do you want to perpetuate those stereotypes? Sometimes you may have to, sometimes you don't want to, and you still do. But when you go out of your way to be cruel to another race of people, I think that's when you're kind of crossing the line. I know you have what they call artistic license. I completely understand that. But I think we're all in a society now that we have to be careful of those things because of social media, because so many people are watching what's going on. The John Redcorn character, you can't get more stereotypical than that. but I was able to take him out of a dim light and put him into a performance light. And it's because I'm an Indian man. John Redcourt's an Indian man. So there's times where we have that path, we have those ventures that we go on. So stereotypes are there. Are they going out of their way to be mean at times? Sure. What I try to do is to separate my acting from who I am. I've played the mean savage on horseback. I know when I'm not in costume and I'm not on that horse, I'm nowhere close to that person.
Just like the horse riding.
Right, exactly. I want you to remember the characters that I portray, but I really want you to know who I am. So yeah, they're there. Are they always going to be there? Yes. It's just you Utes from the great movie. You Utes are very smart now. You guys know when something is mean. You no longer have, I don't have to tell you, that's a bad stereotype because you guys know it. You guys have been around long enough with social media, with your internet access. You guys are so educated about the world. I have faith in you, in that generation that's going to make my people come up again because you guys are aware of our struggles. An old man like me, not a lot of people hear my words. Gas maybe, but not my words. But for a nice young man like you, you've still got strength in your voice. You got power in your words, and I leave it up to you to make it right. And I have no doubt you will.
What are some characters other than Redcorn have you enjoyed doing?
Worked with Larry McMurtry on the Lonesome Dove sagas, Dead Man's Walk and Comanche. Portrayed a character called Kicking Wolf. He's a Comanche horse thief, and in the books, he's just awesome, and on screen, he's such a fun character. He's this ruthless Comanche warrior that's out to take everybody's horse and regain what's his. That was a lot of fun, a fun character. The Uncle Ray characters on Walker, Texas Ranger, the young Uncle Ray character I did was a lot of fun. Little fun character was I played a brutish demon in Charmed. I got blown up. I liked him because he had a little goatee and he was suave. He gets blown up. Yeah, if you get blown up, that's ultimate cool. You should hope to die so well. What happened to Jonathan? He blew up. Oh, wow, that's cool. Then I guess everything I've done. It's like been a regurgitation of the same character over and over again. But it's just always this little different nuances. Always a little slight difference. The Ken Hotote that I am in Parks and Rec right now is just a fun character. He's a casino head. He doesn't take himself too seriously, even though he thinks he does.
So, are you working on any new characters?
Any stuff right now. Had a good pilot season audition. Doing some stuff with the Redcorn Experience Band. Having a couple, like every actor, I always have myself attached to different projects, but it's always about finances, whether they're ever going to get done. No, I'm just kind of working on myself right now to be prepared for when that next opportunity rolls around.
So, what methods do you suggest to start being more positive in life?
Believe in yourself. Yeah. Be secure in what you're doing. My dad would always say, if I start a project, he'd go, do you know what you're doing? I go, no, I don't. And my dad said, okay, as long as you know it. There's a possibility that you can learn to do it. So it starts with you. Don't bet on yourself. That's simple.
Thanks. It's wonderful to talk to you.
Nice to meet you, and thanks for having me here.
You're a great guy. You're a great
Thank
speaker. And thanks.
Man, right on. Thank you. shoots from the hip, guys. Seriously.
Well, that's the nice thing about this not being live. You can edit it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, you can hang out.
Don't edit it, we want it. Keep it all.
Rough cuts.
Yes. They do it in
We'll have a
Hollywood.
blooper
Add it to
reel.
the DVD. Yeah, blooper reel. That's
Yeah.
what you're supposed to do. No, I'm not going to answer that question.
We'll add that. We'll add that after the credits. The credits are already rolled. That's the ending. We're gonna keep.
It'll
editing.
just say John Joss behind the scenes.
There we go.
How he really acts when the camera's off.
Where's my water? I said M&M's, no W's.
All right.
Think about that.